Flash flooding hit in Washington County last night. Take a look at this video of a camper just being washed away in New Pekin, Indiana. Thankfully, the sheriff's office says no one was inside as it floated away because of high water. And 3 more cars either flipped or were carried away by water in Washington County. Nobody reported injuries, according to the emergency management director there. Our Ian Hardwitt and photojournalist Jessica Farley drove up to New Pekin to see the aftermath.
This quiet creek carried a whole RV camper underneath this bridge in New Pekin, Indiana on Thursday. If the camper didn't convince you how fast and high that water was moving, think about it coming over towards Corner Road here, flattening out this cornfield for about 50 feet in.
It's been at least 20 years, maybe longer than that, it was that bad in that area. It wasn't just here in town, it was out through the county.
Town Marshal Jeff Thomas said Highways 60 and 160 partially closed overnight. At least one Washington County home was evacuated as water came into the first floor.
After the creek went down, the river came up, and so the river got out of its banks down there, and we had a lady drove the water down there, and we had to go down and get her out.
Back over the bridge, Pekin Methodist Church burns boxes instead of the annual yard sale they had planned for the weekend.
This was actually one of the largest ones that we've actually had.
Pastor Christopher White rushed over in knee-deep water around 5:30 p.m. Thursday, thankful nobody was hurt and that the water receded within an hour.
What they call a flash flood.
One that washed out about a foot of the nearby creek bank.
This tree right here was actually standing straight up, and there's the roots. So that tells you how fast everything came.
With the water comes a change in Sunday's service.
Sunday's message will be something to expect the unexpected.
But he recognizes these moments can test faith.
Having faith is easy for me, but there's times when, like down in Texas and other places that have dealt with this, people really struggle with that. How do you deal with it? You pray, Lord, get me through this minute, and then it goes on from there.
Because you never know what'll wash up in Washington County. Ian Hardwitt, WHAS 11 on your side.
And all roads reopened this morning. We could see more pop-up storms tonight, but likely not as much rain as we saw yesterday. So remember, Kentuckiana's in peak flash flood season all the way through August. And we're no stranger to flooding, and with the Texas disaster, people are on high alert. Here's how you can be more prepared in case of flash floods. First, have an emergency kit. The storm in Texas happened at 3 and 4 in the morning, so flashlights become life-saving. Pack food, water, those flashlights, batteries, and extra medications that you need. Plus, a whistle, just in case you get separated or stuck. Phone should not be your only form of communication, and invest in a NOAA radio and have a good understanding of what each alert means. We get quite a few of these here in Kentucky. Here's a quick rundown. A flood watch, hazardous weather is possible, so be prepared. Flood advisory, flooding is expected to be inconvenient but not necessarily dangerous, just be aware. Flood warning, hazardous weather is imminent or already happening, so take action. And flash flood warning, flooding is imminent or already happening, and the flood is especially sudden or violent. You might only have seconds to find higher ground. In a flash flood emergency, there's a severe threat to human life, and catastrophic damage is about to happen.